Good morning, DaLat. So I'm in a place called Chateau DaLat. I believe they specialize in breakfasts. You can have a look at the menu, see how my 6S Plus does in low lighting. I'll hold still for those that like and can do screen grabs. Here's the western corner. And they have Vietnamese craft beers. And I made some changes in my settings, and for some reason, the test that I did with my iPhone 13 broadcasted very well, good quality to Twitter Live. I didn't have any viewers commenting, so I couldn't really go into that. But what I want to show you, hopefully this will broadcast to YouTube because the other test with the 13 did not. And I'm a bit confused as to what I've done, that it's not doing that. So hopefully we won't repeat it with this broadcast using the 6S Plus. So we're going to be going there. It should be open. Yeah, it's already open by 5 minutes. It's called Crazy House. I might have forgotten to turn on location, but if I get comments or the ability to edit my comments, I might be able to put the address in. It's in DaLat, and it's also a hotel where you can get rooms, but you can visit. Look at the size of those white lilies. Oh my God. I need to do a camera. Hopefully that took a picture. Yes, it did. Okay, let me zoom out. So, I was having a thing with a friend where she was given a bouquet of white lilies for her birthday. And the irony of it did not escape her. She was not pleased in the least. Not having it. Anyway, we're gonna visit this. We're gonna do a live after I check my tests. Oh no, it's little Miss Mosquito Coil. I cannot believe it. Hello! Wait, I gotta turn the camera on me. I am surprised to see you, little Miss Mosquito Coil. Where have you been hiding all this time? And thank you for finding me here. Look at me smile. Just for you. I'm jumping up and down. Look, we're going to try and do a live in the Crazy House. It's like crazy. Wait and see. I haven't seen it. I've only heard about it. Say something, please. I cannot believe. I remember that incident where I almost stepped on a what's her name? Beale. What's her name? Beale. She's married to. And I forgot. Curly blonde kid. Help me out, kids. Oh my God. So I'm glad that you're on. I assume. Wait a minute. Are you on Twitter or are you on YouTube? I'm not sure if I'm. Because if you're on Twitter. Hi, Keith. Keith told me you were going live here. Yes, good old Keith. He's a very reliable viewer. I'm glad that he's our hype guy, right? So listen, I thought I'd get out of Dodge before Christmas, and so I ended up in Hanoi, right, which is where I always begin. Apparently, it turns out like the flights are, you save about $500 if you choose Hanoi as your like landing, as opposed to Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh, which is Saigon. Don't know why, but hey, I can put that $500. You know how far $500 goes in Vietnam? It's probably like 300 pounds extra weight from eating stuff. Difference. Well, yeah, I'm glad to see you too, because I know that you've given up on Twitter. I'm not going to ask you why. It speaks for itself. But the fact that you've come back just for me, hey, I'll take it. He's in here. He says hi, but can't type. That's okay. Um, what is it? The thing about if you're on Twitter, I cannot see your comments. So then I say go to YouTube. But if I'm not broadcasting to YouTube, so tell me, are you on YouTube? And if you are, subscribe to my channel because I need the subscribers. Yeah. So I'm gonna just compose myself, collect myself, relax a little bit. Try not to take on too many things at once. So Justin Timberlake and Jessica. It's not Jennifer, it's Jessica. Jessica Biel's better looking younger sister lit that stupid mosquito coil. Okay, thank you for letting me know. That helps a lot because I can see your comments. If you're on Twitter, it doesn't work because I'm using Prism as a multicast. Okay. So this really nice gentleman who I'm putting on the camera.
Attitude G.
Excellent. I didn't really hear what he said. It's some kind of tea. Hopefully the quality is good. The quality on this will be even better, but I got a better mic here because it's the iPhone 6s Plus. Yes, the one that I used the last time. And I think I'm on this place's Wi-Fi, but I have a really good SIM card and a data plan. So whatever works, right? So yeah, I wonder whatever happened to Jennifer Beals' better looking younger sister. this feels, and will she ever know we made this whole running bit about her and her mosquito coil abandoning lit habits and how thinking back, that was in Hue, H-U-E, and the place that I was staying had like a lot of like 30-ish type people and Europeans, North Americans. Well, we might. When we were in Da Nang, which is not an island, but when we were in Da Nang and the sun was setting at the Lady Buddha place, the monkeys did come out to beg nicely for food, and I was surprised by their manners. They were fucking well-mannered monkeys. You're like, nothing. Steal your phone and like give me something and I'll give you back your phone, because they do that in India and other places. But no, these Vietnamese monkeys are well behaved. So the island ones, there was some in Halong Bay, but we also saw these little goats climbing up sheer cliffs. They were impressive too. And we saw some monkeys in Camcon, which is inland, and it's kind of nice. So yeah, I have to say, up to now, the Vietnamese monkeys have impressed me, but I have not seen any yet. But okay, here's the thing. I'm here for 4 more days, 3 more days, 4 more days. And then I fly out to Saigon for 2 days. And then I'm off to my first visit to Taiwan before the Chinese invade. And then, because Vietnam only has a 30-day tourist option for anybody that wants to come visit, I'm using up my 30 days since like before Christmas. That's why I'm bugging off to Taiwan for 2 weeks. When those 2 weeks are up, I get to spend the whole month of February back in Vietnam, so I'll be going to other places, maybe revisit some old haunts and things. And we'll see what we can do about monkeys. We'll see about what we can do about creating new gag bits and lines and stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of excited and thrilled. Yesterday, I went to a restaurant and I hung this satchel on the back of a chair. It was like they had one little table. This really nice lady who has like an Italian pasta restaurant, and part of her home, on the ground floor is her restaurant. But she has like a couple of kids. You could see them doing their homework. They're in high school, And really, like, when somebody's like enterprising and says, hey, I have a home, I could turn part of it into a business and turn it into, since COVID, businesses have only opened up in the past 2 months. So tourists have only come back in the last 2 months. So people are hoping that they can like cha-ching, cash in on say, hey, come to my place, spend a bit, and enjoy Vietnam. No, but luckily, this is the nice thing about having another thing. We can do this in real time, and we don't have to say, oh, my technology's not working because I'm such a doofus and I cannot see anything. So let me see. Good morning, DaLat, and I see the test. That's the iPhone 6s Plus. You see, we already have Okay, let me find where is Keith? Paco del Taco. Where's the famous Paco del Taco? I don't see it yet, but I don't know where to look. Hold on a second. I'm looking. Wait, on Twitter, did you see it? I'm not sure. I think I need to go to my major timeline and go to the top. So there's Teresa. There's 3. Now I'm feeling inadequate. Because when it's on the spot, you never get it right. Let me see, I see tweets. Let me see, refresh. Not yet. Sometimes you get notifications. Well, Herbert Bryant gave me a like. No, I have not seen it, so I don't know if it's taking time to refresh. Let me look into my live and see if there's something below it. So yeah, I looked into my messages, private messages. Did not see. And I see there's 2 people in my line. Let me check my other one. Nope. Nope. Hey, by the way, there's this really funky place right across the street called Crazy House. And it should be on the live video, I mean. No, you cannot see any comments on Twitter live when you're broadcasting on Periscope because, Prism allows you to multicast both to YouTube and to Twitter, but for some reason they can't show you the Twitter live commentary. So let me go into my live to YouTube and to Twitter, and then maybe I'll see the comments. That's the only way I can do it with the second device. Thank you for mentioning that. So I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm gonna give it a second. Come on. I'm gonna, alright. So see, I already said a hi in my Twitter. So maybe Keith was talking about the prior one with the iPhone 13 test. Anyways, we're going into a technological rabbit hole. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I know I can see it in the replay, but you can mention to Keith, don't try texting in on the Twitter lives because of it's a quirk with Prism. So he'll just have to go to my YouTube broadcast, which you can. So let me get out of this and go into my old so now I'm in my iPhone 13. I think the 13 does better on crazy camera. Wow, this was so unexpected. So this is what I plan on doing. I plan on going live when I have things to, kid around about, things to show. And it's great catching up with the old, for lack of a better term, Periscope community. To me, Periscope was one of the better things that came out of the internet and social media, in that, just like anywhere on the internet, there are a lot of assholes. You can't escape that. But for some reason on Periscope, the community that came out of that, in spite of the assholes, in spite of the Russian bots, in spite of the copy bots, in spite of the Turks who would ask people to show them their bobs. Yeah, there it is, open bobs, got it. The community kind of rose above all of that noise, and the nice thing about it is they were all scattered all over the world, and they were solid. And even since Periscope's been gone by 3 years now, those people are still solid. So take that, social media and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, how are things in New Mexico or Arizona? I think you are, because it's AZ mommy. There you go. New Mexico, I know, is next door. So I know that you guys have had a lot of political stuff, Carrie Lake and that other woman who wouldn't go on a debate and who looks like a snivel servant, like the most professional snivel servants you could possibly get. Hopefully that's what you kind of need to run a government. Somebody who's completely boring, no personality, but knows how to get things done. I can only wish this for you. I don't live there, so I don't know a lot of the parameters and the details and how much hate there is, but I really dislike hate as a decision-making factor in things. But hopefully the weather is good and other things of that nature. Things are good. He seems to be, I assume he's got a lot of different kind of working offers. I know a working actor is but it's good to be working, and it looks like it mixes it up and stuff. So hopefully we'll see him in something soon. Yeah. Am I going on too long? So no, I did not see Keith's comments on the Twitter. So I'll just look for it later. Oh, and they have this horrible music where it's cover tunes of really sappy stuff. I hope you don't really like this song. I want to break things with a sledgehammer if I have to listen to this any longer. There's a famous Irish playwright by the name of what's his name? He's super not busy, LOL, just regular. Yeah, hey, any work, right? Any work, and it's better than not working. Well, we can say. And look at me. You know what's nice about January and February? My phone doesn't ring. The phone doesn't ring, and so if I disappear for 2 months, nobody's gonna notice. You are not talking too much. I was just cleaning up dinner. Okay, and it's morning here. It's 10 to 9 in the morning. So, what'd you make for dinner? Now I lost my train of thought. Hey Keith, how's it going? Yes, welcome to YouTube, and thanks for coming in. It's good to see both of you, and hopefully we can get our three-way banter going on, and then create live stream situations where we can yuck it up a bit because you guys are the best. I think we make a great team. Um, apart from that, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. No, sweetie, you need to get out more. And about the acting, I haven't been busy at all. Well, I know, but you're kind of like diversifying. Like when you know, like most actors, when they're on downtime, they've got like a side gig or whatever it is that they call it these days, and then you just drop it like a thing when you know an audition comes up. Oops, taking a cat for a walk. Okay, she's walking the cat. Okay, that's fine. That's good. So I'm not trusting my iPhone 13 right yet for live streaming. So I'm gonna go into the crazy house and do a walk-in tour. The cutest. What does she have a leash or does you know? Have you seen those Ukrainian soldiers with like a cat perched on their shoulders and they're going out to they might not come back, but they have their pet with them. You're out walking the cat. I had a cat and I tried to walk her in my neighborhood when I was living in a sort of a area of Montreal called Shaughnessy Village, and I had a little leash, but cats, if they don't want to budge, you're gonna have to drag them in. But for some reason, these weird Ukrainian cats, like they just cling to their guys. COVID slowed things down for sure, just starting to get back to normal. That's good. That's good. Same here in Vietnam. I think things just started like opening up in the last two some odd months. So. It's good to be able to like, hey, I'm gonna choose this place, I'm gonna order something, and I'm gonna get the economy kick-started, as it were. And I remember the last time I was in Vietnam, there were Chinese that were amongst the tourists. Like you had Europeans, North Americans, and Chinese people that you would just cross paths with, and. Then they closed the borders to the Chinese because of COVID at the time, which was probably a smart move because it meant that their numbers stayed way down like the entire time I was here, which was January and February. So when I went home in March, a blue stroller, oh, since he's a boy, okay. So you bring him in a stroller, that's pretty cool. So he gets to observe and you don't have to tug on him or anything. But he doesn't try to escape, or he's kind of harnessed to it. And I don't really need to know this. I'm just assuming there's a routine that you guys have, and he's going to go for the walk whether he wants to or not. And hopefully he'll enjoy it, whether, it's not mandatory. But when cats are not happy, they tap their tail and they kind of thud it, and they let you know just before they growl that they're just not having it. Arizona passed a bill to allow tax incentives for productions. Oh, okay, so business is coming. So that means you'll be doing auditions. And do you like auditions, or it all depends? Because I know that's part of like the whole scene of things, and it's a whole different part of the process. Like you run into sometimes always the same people, and people that you really hate, or people that get the jobs that you don't. And then people say, well, okay, I gotta put a curse on this guy, he's gotta break a leg or something. I'm not sure what the the chatter is. Like, do you like band together with your audition friends and say, okay, we gotta do something, we gotta take this guy out? That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, government does sometimes help. Same thing in Montreal. There's like a local film production scene, and they make a certain name for themselves when you have like Hollywood comes a calling, and then if it's a director, they save money because it's Canadian funds instead of American, and you'll get creative types that are local that really go out of their way to try to make an impact and make them keep coming back, as it were. But every place is like that, I guess. And so the government does this little part by saying, oh, by the way, if you do open up your production here, we won't tax you or something, we'll give you a break. Which makes sense. So, like, who are the big players from what I gather are like Netflix, Amazon, Apple. Yeah, I seem to run into the same people. It's a small community of actors in this area. Okay. That's good. Have you ever done a Law and Order? You must have. Or because it's Arizona, Law and Order doesn't get out there. Just asking. But, you know, I assume you travel, or sometimes, or you wish you could travel. Don't mind me asking this question because I really don't know a lot about, you know, the movie industry. Although I did work on a movie production once, you know, from the prop department. It was a Dolph Lundgren production. You know, the guy, the blonde Russian guy in White Rocky 4 or something like that. So then he became an actor in his own right and started producing like these, you know, action movies. So they were like some kind of space Vikings, medieval knight type thing. So they had rented, you know, like with budgets in movies, they can go to like antique shops and get all the props and stuff. And because they're insured, they can like, you know, lose things, damage things. No, nothing big. Okay. Well, is that still a thing, doing Law and Order? Like, yeah, most I'm not sure. You know, actors that are like that fill in character parts and stuff. They've all done like at least a Law and Order. But I think I've seen a little bit of your resume. So you've done a few things, and I expect eventually you'll do more. One can only hope. But where was I going with my? Oh yeah, okay. So the Dolph Lundgren thing. So I got hired because some actors got a little too loose and free with their medieval swords, and they hacked up some oak chairs that were part of the Masonic temple that rented them out. These like really, you know, medieval looking chairs. So I'm a furniture guy that restores things, and they paid extremely well. What was interesting is like when a movie production moves in, they kind of like commandeer like an area where they'll take over parking, and it's like, no, you can't come here, you can't cross the street, you can't do this, you can't do that, because we're movie people. And what normally happens is like people who aren't part of the production who have to like, you know, where did you come from, and why are you telling me what I cannot and can't do? So they become, oh, movie people. So that's an interesting dynamic that I was able to live now and then. I've done a good deal of background work, okay? Rest of the things worked on independent films. All right, well, you're the second actor that I know. There's this fellow by the name of Ed. I think he was on Periscope, like Uncle Ed TV, and he's this round-faced guy who gets a fair bit amount of work, and he's really talented in the sense that he can like do anything, and he's willing to work, so he'll go wherever it is that he needs to be. And I lost touch, but I assume he's still working. Yeah. So yes, I need to find. You know what I need to do is, I'm glad that we're able to catch up. Thanks for resurrecting Little Ms. Mosquito Court. I'm picturing her walking the cat in the little blue stroller. I'm gonna need to use a restroom, and then I'm gonna go back up live to go to that crazy house with the really weird architectural elements. And hopefully it'll make a good broadcast, something to replay. But I'll also check how well this broadcast turned out, so that there were no bugs in the YouTube saved. version and the Twitter saved version, and that way I can go with confidence on the next one, knowing that it's not going to glitch or I'm not going to mess it up, and it'll be, you know, for the archives. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, I was floored when Little Miz popped into the room and I could see her chat. She was the first chat that came up. So hey, it's all working. And hey, Mommy Z. Yes, please. So I'm glad to see you guys are still a thing, and you haven't forgotten your good old pal Noel. And yeah, let's have some fun. So for the time being, I need to find the exit button. Okay, I see where it is now. Do I put my finger here? No, I don't block the view. So let's see if I can flip the camera around. We'll walk around. Oh, it's over here. I like the entrance to this place. If you need to come for breakfast, So like they still have some of their Christmas decorations up. No, this is I think it's New Year's. It's for good luck. Anyways, the Crazy House is just across the street, so we're gonna go broadcast there. Sure haven't. So excited. Okay, Little Miz. We'll see you around again. Thanks for coming in, and bye for now.